Nigussie Abrihu and Ababa Haile are kidney patients. We found both of them in Aidar Comprehensive Specialized Hospital in the dialysis unit. Ababa is a 19-year-old student from Yejela in central Tigray, and Nigussie is a farmer from Raya Azabo in southern Tigray. They both traveled miles to the capital to get dialysis treatment here in Aidar.
I was a farmer. I didn't go to school, so I worked as a farmer. I used to work as a daily laborer as well. I used to help myself and my family doing different jobs. But when the problem with my kidney started, I couldn't do all of that. Now, I even use a can to move around.
Ababa started getting dialysis in the beginning of the war on Tigray. She says she has to come to Magala to get the treatment with her mother once a week, but that the expensive traveling cost has made the process difficult for her.
We pay around 650 birr for one trip to get here. I don't come here alone. I come with my mother, so we pay around 1,300 birr for one trip for the both of us. Before the siege, it used to cost us only 100 birr. We are now selling our properties to get the treatment.
Nigussie also travels from Kukufto around 100 kilometers to the dialysis center in Magala. Due to lack of fuel, Nigussie says he's paying thousands for one trip. Nigussie, a father of 6, says one of his children is also diabetic and that he sometimes skips treatment in order to save money for his son's insulin fee.
I have 6 children. 6 of them are underage, so they can't help me with anything. One of my children is diabetic, so whenever I get money, I use it to pay for his treatment because I don't want to see him dead. I have to get dialysis once a week, but sometimes I get the treatment once in 2 or 3 weeks. I skip my treatment to save money for his treatment. I would rather die than watch him die.
Ababa on her part says that her families are selling their house in Yejela to pay for her expenses.
My parents are struggling to keep me alive. We are now selling our house to cover my expenses. If it wasn't for the siege, I could have gotten better treatment somewhere else. I could have gotten a kidney transplant even in Addis Ababa. But now, we can't even call our families abroad to ask for money, let alone get a transplant.
The patients tell us that many like them have died since June of last year due to the siege.
There were 3 patients who used to come from Alamata with me. 2 of them have died. Both of them were very young. Before the start of the war, our government used to provide ambulance for patients like me. It used to bring us here to get the treatment. But since the start of the war, the cost for transportation has become so expensive. Both of my friends died because they couldn't afford the treatment and the transportation anymore.
It's very hard. Many patients who used to get dialysis with us have died. We are now waiting for our turn because the situation that we are in is so hopeless. Getting dialysis while living under siege is very difficult.
The patients tell us that medical supplies are running low and that they're waiting for their deaths just like many of their friends. They called on every concerned body to end the siege and allow the delivery of medication into Tigray.
I want the international community to hear us and help us. There are a lot of people here who have barely begun to live. A lot of people with hopes and plans for the future. I myself am so young. I have dreams to chase. So I want to say, please help us. Save us.